Hi everybody, I hope we're all well. Today we're going to have a break from the usual shelf by shelf videos, and I'm going to show you a part of my collection which is my favourite part of the collection, which I enjoy the most, is my Eureka collection. Now Eureka is by far my favourite thing to collect. I just love them. Just love how all the spines are numbered. They get you when they do that, don't they? You just got to try and get them all like Pokemon. So I've been collecting these for a while now. I think Eureka in the Masters of Cinema line, they just announced title 282 in the collection. Now, I think I've got between 220 and 230 spines. So I'm missing probably about 40, between 40 and 50, something like that. The problem is I've slowed down a lot recently because what I'm missing mostly now is long out of print and very expensive. So at the moment, yeah, I'll slow down a bit. How I normally fund it, because they're not cheap items now, is through doing a bit of hunting in charity shops like James does. See what I can get to trade in CEX, trade in for some vouchers, and ordering what I'm needing offline. Also, I'm not going to lie, the extra £1 postage for each item has kind of put me off a bit. I think it's a lot to pay now, £3 for every movie to post. So, yeah, this is going to be, normally I do one shelf at a time. This Eureka stuff is 4 and a bit shelves, so it could take a while. So I've got my cup of tea. Not with James's good tea bags, but with my own. And let's crack on, and I'll show you exactly which titles I've got. Now, I haven't seen all of these. There's a hell of a lot I've still got to watch. But you're assured of a quality film, whatever it is. And I like it that it puts you outside your comfort zone with films as well. You watch stuff that you wouldn't normally watch. And 99% of these films, they're cracking films, as they won't make it into the collection. Right, so let's start off with the first one, spine number 1. Sunrise. Brilliant silent movie. If you're looking into getting into silent movies, that's a good one to start, because that is really great. Mad Detective, a twisted Hong Kong crime film. It takes your head getting round, but really good stuff. Tokyo Sonata, one I watched recently and really enjoyed it. Really good Japanese family film about a guy who loses his job and is too proud to tell his family, so he goes to work and makes out he's still going to work, takes his packed lunch with him every day. Really good stuff. These Japanese know how to make some good family dramas. Infirmary, not seen that one yet. For All Mankind, brilliant documentary about the moon landings. La Planète Sauvage, or The Fantastic Planet. I'm not really into animation, but that is really good, that one. Really good sci-fi. City Girl, another great silent film. M, brilliant Fritz Lang film, probably the daddy of film noir, which is my favourite genre. Vengeance is Mine, another good Japanese crime film. The Burmese Harp, good World War II Japanese. Make Way for Tomorrow, not seen that one yet. Metropolis, one of my favourite silent films, and coincidentally, I hope you can see that I've got the t-shirt on. Really good film, that. Le Amish, not watched that one yet. I've seen a couple of Michelangelo Antonini's films, and they're very good. Harakiri, this is maybe my favourite in the collection I've watched so far. Really good samurai drama, an unusual drama as well, not your usual samurai film. Pigs and Battleships, not one I've had the pleasure of yet, but I think that's going to be a really good one, but what I'm reading of it. Silent Running, brilliant 70s sci-fi. Larry's actually just recently gifted me the 4K of that, so I'm going to looking forward to watching it in 4K soon. But I can't get rid of it out of the collection, obviously. Got to keep hold of the Blu-ray, part of the Master of Cinema collection. The Ballad of Narayama, that's another great Japanese film. It's all about, in Japan, they live next to a mountain in this village, and when the elder people get of a certain age, the oldest child has to carry the old person up the mountain and leave them there to die. Interesting stuff. Touch of Evil, Orson Welles, great film noir. Two-Lane Blacktop, not seen that one yet, looks good. Repo Man, it was alright. This is maybe one I wasn't that struck on, but not saying it's a bad film, it's okay. Le Silence de la Mer, that's a war film, I think, Jean-Pierre Melville. Punishment Park, that's a really interesting film. People who have done crimes, I can't remember what it is, I think it's Australia. They send them out into the middle of the desert, give them a head start, and then the police get to chase them. If you get away, you can go free. If not, you've had it. Lifeboat, fantastic early Hitchcock, and the only Hitchcock film in the collection thus far. Akatoni, Pasolini film, good stuff. Island of Lost Souls, good early sci-fi with Charles Loughton, Bela Lugosi. The Gospel According to Matthew, another Pasolini film. It's sort of like the story of Christ. I'm not a religious person by any shapes or means, but I really enjoyed that. It's good stuff. Cleopatra, the 1930s version, not watched it yet. This is a steelbook, which I got for 20 quid, which I thought was a great price, but I believe now CX sell it for a tenner, so if you're interested on that, get on there and snap it up. Ruggles of Red Gap, Charles Lawton. That's good stuff about a butler who gets won in a game of poker by this brash American fella, and it certainly changes his job description a little bit for him. Oedipus Rex, more Pasolini. Gate of Hell, that's a good samurai film, good, spooky that one. Floating Weeds, I was blown away when Larry gifted that one to me, because that is heavily out of print and it ain't cheap. Thank you, Larry. Rumblefish, good Matt Dillon, Mickey Rourke, Francis Ford Coppola film. Problem with buying them from CEX, you always get the sticker residue, make them stick together. That's great tea. Great. Testament to Dr. Mabuse, Fritz Lang. Double Indemnity, classic film noir. I haven't watched the Blu-ray copy yet, I've watched the DVD copy. Billy Wilder, great director. The Lost Weekend, another Billy Wilder film ahead of its time, with the guy suffering with alcoholism. Die Nibelungen, another Fritz Lang, not watched this one yet, it's incredibly wrong. They tell me it's a sort of like a silent version of Lord of the Rings. La Note, or The Night as it translates from Spanish. Great film about the breakup of a marriage over one night. I really enjoyed that. La Poison, not seen that one yet. The Blue Angel, that's a great film. One of my favourites starring in it, Marlene Dietrich. I really like her films. The Passion of the Joan of Arc. This is Builder's one of the seminal silent films. I wasn't on board as it as most people is, but it's interesting. The Birth of a Nation. You can't agree with everything it says to you, but it's a historic bit of filmmaking. Onibaba, good Japanese horror. Kuroneko, not seen that one. I believe that's another Japanese horror. Lekuzan, again, not seen that one. The Murderer Lives at 21, Henri Georges Clouzot, murder investigation film, good stuff. Bakumatsu Toyoden, not one I've seen yet. Taboo, F.W. Murnau. Simon Killer. Tarnished Angels with Rock Hudson. Il Bidoni, Federico Fellini. Need a swig of me tea. Everybody hold tight a second. Right, we have now, next shelf down, Van Gogh. Not seen it yet. I presume it's like a biopic. Red River, classic Howard Hawks Western with John Wayne. Dr. Mabuse de Spieler, which I think pronounces The Gambler, more Fritz Lang. Nosferatu, F.W. Murnau, the original telling of the Dracula story. That's to this day is very spooky and creepy. The Computer Chess, another one I haven't seen yet. Wings, brilliant silent film about World War One dogfights and that, and some of the aerial scenes in this are this breathtaking. How they managed to do it in 1920, whatever it was, I don't know. Faust, more silence from F.W. Murnau. Classic Al Pacino film, Serpico. If you've not seen that, watched it. It's brilliant. A Steelbook edition. White Dogs, Samuel Fuller film. That's great stuff and sad stuff about this dog that's been trained by its previous owners just to attack black people. Really makes you think that. Ace in the Hole, more Billy Wilder. Harold and Maude, took me a long time to get round to that film, and when I did I kicked myself because it's brilliant. If one I haven't seen, again when I watch it I'll probably kick myself because I've only heard good things about. Too Late Blues, film noir. Roma, more Federico Fellini. Waking Fright, that's a brilliant Australian film about a guy whose life goes down a spiral in the space of a weekend through alcohol. Boomerang. Spione or Spies, more Fritz Lang's, a lot of Fritz Lang and you can't go wrong with it. Frau im Mond or Woman in the Moon, brilliant, and again Fritz Lang silent film about going to the moon, and some of it that they got right in the 1920s was actually quite spooky how accurate it is. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, brilliant silent film, really striking visuals, and I believe it's on 4K now. Madame Dubarry, not seen that one yet. Ernst Lubitsch. Diary of a Lost Girl, another silent film. The Thief of Baghdad, this is the 20s silent version. Some of the sets on there are incredible, as they are on this next one. Get it out. Intolerance, which was 1915 or 1916. Some of the sets that they built on that film, again, breathtaking. This is what everybody should watch. Shower, all about the Holocaust, gut-wrenching stuff. Wooden Crosses, brilliant 1930s French World War I drama. Two for the Road, not seen that one yet. Albert Finney, Audrey Hepburn. Wild River, Elia Kazan, I enjoyed that one. Man of the West, good western, Gary Cooper. The Offence, a really underrated Sean Connery film. Sidney Lumet, he roughs up somebody's interrogating and it all spirals from there. Pick Up on South Street, brilliant Samuel Fuller film noir. More Federico Fellini, Satyricon, not seen that. Paper Moon, that's a great film with Ryan O'Neill and Tatum O'Neill, father and daughter combination, about them going conning people. A Letter to Three Wives, not seen that yet. 40 Guns, more Samuel Fuller goodness, good western. Stalag 17, brilliant Billy Wilder film about prisoner of war camp in World War II. It's actually quite funny. William Holden does a really good job in that. Medium Cool, need to get around to that. The Friends of Eddie Coyle, good crime drama with Robert Mitchum. Seconds, that's a fantastic sci-fi Rock Hudson, John Frankenheimer film. Shane is a brilliant western with Alan Ladd. Needs no bigging up from me. I'm sure most people know that one. Day of the Outlaw, one I need to watch. The Quiet Man, John Ford film. I really like that. I love slow-paced drama with John Wayne. Really good. Going to Ireland, great stuff. The Naked Prey, not seeing that one. More Samuel Fuller here, about some soldiers holed up in a cave. Really good. 3 Days of the Condor, spy thriller. A New Leaf, not seeing that one yet. Looking forward to that one. Walter Matthau I like. Eureka, don't know anything about that. Rocco and His Brothers, good Italian drama. Man with a Movie Camera, silent film. This guy just goes around filming life in Russia in the 20s, and it's a fascinating watch, really good. Right, end of that shelf means another swig of my tea, I think. Right, now we've got 1900, Not watched this yet. It's really, really long. About 5 hours long. Puts me off, but I should get around because it's got a great cast. De Niro, Gerard Depardieu. One of my favourites, Burt Lancaster, is in there as well. Journey to the Shore, one I haven't seen Japanese. Early Murnau, about halfway through that box set. Good silent films. Cold Day in the Park, Robert Altman. There's an interesting drama. The Last Command, not seen yet. Fedora, more Billy Wilder. There's a lot of Billy Wilder in here, and I'm not going to complain about that. Conversation Piece, which is an Italian film with Burt Lancaster in. That was an interesting film. The Flight of the Phoenix, the original one with Jimmy Stewart, fantastic film. This is the Buster Keaton, all his short films. Kes, one of my favourites, Ken Loach film, always makes you cry. Twilight's Last Gleaming, took me ages to watch that. Another one when I kicked myself with two of my favourites, Burt Lancaster, Richard Widmark. Sweet Bean, really charming Japanese film about a restaurant. Not a lot happens, but it's just one of those films that you really enjoy. Paths of Glory, arguably my favourite Kubrick film. The Man from Laramie, love Jimmy Stewart. Hard Times, I really enjoyed that, bare knuckle boxing film. Two Rode Together, John Ford, great film. Creepy, not seen that one yet. Variety, silent film, I believe, one I haven't seen yet. As with this one, another silent film, Fritz Lang. A Man for All Seasons, this is one I should get round to. Best Picture winner, I believe, and only heard good things. Harmonium, that was a really good Japanese, again, another family drama. Japanese, just the way they do these family dramas are brilliant. Daughter of the Nile, another Japanese one I haven't seen. Drunken Master, brilliant Jackie Chan film. Really, really like that one. I haven't seen Drunken Master 2, and they reckon it's even better. Death in the Garden, need to see that. As with the saga of Anathan. Probably butchered that. Hey-ho. The Morning Forest, another one I need to get round to. Westfront 1918, World War One drama. Three of possibly Buster Keaton's best films, Sherlock Jr., The General, and Steamboat Bill. Three classic films. These stickers do annoy me sometimes. You do your best to get them off. Any tips, please let me know below. Lubitsch in Berlin, early Ernst Lubitsch films. Cure, twisty Japanese film, like that one. The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes. That's Billy Wilder again. Need to watch that. Michael, called Carl Theodor Dreyer. House, a Japanese horror film that's absolutely bonkers and absolutely brilliant. Really like that. Legend of the Mountain, more Japanese. One that I only got a few days ago with some vouchers. The Barefoot Contessa. Humphrey Bogart and Ava Gardner. Can't go wrong with them two. The Old Dark House. Brilliant old horror. Boris Karloff. Not seen these yet. Early, if you can pronounce that, you're a better man than I am. No Way Out. Richard Widmark. Sidney Poitier. King of Hearts. Birdman of Alcatraz. Possibly my favourite film for my favourite Burt Lancaster. Witness for the Prosecution. Really loved that Billy Wilder one. My dad always used to say when we were kids, he used to go, "Want to kiss me, ducky?" And it wasn't until I watched that film years later I knew where he'd got it from. Oh, nearly did a James then and dropped it. Salvador. Laura, amazing film noir. Human Desire, I need to watch that. Irma La Douche, more Billy Wilder, brilliant film. And this is one of my favourite Billy Wilder films. 1, 2, 3, that's a brilliant comedy. The Last Waltz, I believe that's Scorsese, and I haven't seen it yet. It's a musical documentary, I think. Right, we're caught. We're getting down lower and lower here. Now we've got Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, Betty Davis. Show of the Four Sisters. I think this is carried on from the Big Show box set. I haven't seen that standalone one yet. The White Reindeer. This is a really weird Finnish 50s horror film about a woman that turned into a reindeer, or a reindeer that turned into a woman and killed the people. Yeah, really freaky stuff. Woman in the Window, good film noir with Edward G. Robinson, who's always good. More Fritz Lang, that is. Cloak and Dagger, Fritz Lang I need to get around to. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. That's a really good, I think, 1930s family drama set in New York. Rio Grande, more brilliant John Ford Western stuff with John Wayne. High Noon, one of my favourite Westerns with Gary Cooper. I haven't seen this one yet. Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean. Robert Altman, and that's got Cher in it. Looks interesting stuff. The Holy Mountain. Coming Home, about veterans coming back from the Vietnam War and how they're treated. The Chant of Jimmy Blacksmith, which is an Australian film I've not seen yet. I believe it was on the list of video nasties at one time. The Golem, creepy, was it 1920, I think? Raining in the Mountain, not seen that yet. As with Hell and High Water, which is another Samuel Fuller. As is House of Bamboo. I must watch that because Larry keeps telling me how good that is. I must give that a go. African Queen, that's a really good film. Humphrey Bogart, Catherine Hepburn. Fistful of Dynamite, James Coburn. Sergio Leone. Rudolph Valentino in The Son of the Sheikh, silent film. Buster Keaton. All there again, 3 great films. The Navigator, Seven Chances, Battling Butler. Buster Keaton, again, great stuff. Our Hospitality Go Western College. Long Day's Journey into Night. Oh, Sidney Lumet. Must get round to that one. So much good stuff I've got here to discover still, which is part of the joys of it. Kwaidan, that's 3 or 4 stories on there, Japanese horror. I'd say that's essential if you're doing the collection, because that's brilliant. Throwdown, not seen that one yet. Crisscross, another great film with Burt Lancaster and Dan DeRea, who always plays one of my favourites, Dan DeRea. Foreign Affair, another great Billy Wilder film with Marlene Dietrich. 3 great little films on here: Murder in the Rue Morgue, The Black Cat and The Raven. I think they've all been remade over the years. The Man Who Laughs, need to watch that one because I've heard loads of people say how good that one is. 5 Graves to Cairo, more Billy Wilder and more goodness. Made in Hong Kong, not had the pleasure yet. Mothra, decent kaiju action. The H-Man and Battle in Outer Space I've not seen yet. I believe they're sort of like 1950s Japanese sci-fi stuff. The Last Warning, not seen. V, that's really enjoyed that. I think, is it Hungarian, something like that, Folktale? 2 early John Ford films, Hellbent, straight shooting, silent films if I'm right. The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, need to see that. The Hands of Orlick, another one need to see. I've been ploughing my way through these recently. Early Universal Volume 1 and Volume 2. Underrated silent films that not many people have heard of, I don't believe. Johnny Guitar, that's a great western, that. Al Gran Silenzio, or The Great Silence, Sergio Corbucci film, really good spaghetti western set in the snow, Klaus Kinski, heartbreaking ending. Champion, good Kirk Douglas film. The Love of Jeannie Nay, not seen that yet. I think it's a silent film. The Sun Shines Bright, John Ford. Vampire, Carl Theodor Dreyer. That's a really spooky film, 1930s. Execution in Autumn, need to watch. Running Out of Time 1 and 2. I've seen the first one. The first one's fantastic. Not seen the second one yet. Man Without a Star. Brilliant Kirk Douglas western. Buster Keaton, The Saphead. Not seen that one yet. I think there's a new Buster. There's one not come out. Well, not long come out. Buster Keaton film that I haven't got yet. You're pretty much covered for all Buster Keaton stuff once you've got all this in this collection. I think there's a couple on Criterion as well. Most Dangerous Game, not had the pleasure of yet. Hunchback of Notre Dame, the silent version, really enjoyed that. Again, with like a lot of these silent films, some really good sets on there. Son of the White Man, I must give that another go, because I tried watching it first few minutes, an animated film, and I wasn't feeling it. I have to be in the right mood for animation. But I've only heard good things about it. And this is the last one of my Masters of Cinemas that I've got at the moment. Run Man Run, which I haven't seen yet. So that's all my Masters of Cinema stuff. Then I've got a few Eurekas that are not in that collection. I've got Born Free, which is one I loved as a kid, so I had to get it on Blu-ray. Bullet Train, I really loved this. Japanese film. It was said to inspire the film Speed on the Bus. It's basically the same idea. Japanese bullet train's got a bomb on it. If they go below a certain speed, it'll blow up. Fright Night, fantastic vampire film. The Incident, I think this is maybe one of the most underrated films in my collection. Two guys terrorising a New York subway train, and I love it. It's a fantastic film, that. Kiss of the Damned, another vampire film. Lucky, Harry Dean Stanton's last film, and really poignant, really good stuff. Millionaire's Express, brilliant film. Jackie Chan Police Story 1 and 2, two great action films. Project A 1 and 2, yet to watch them, but if they're anywhere as near as good as Police Story 1 and 2, I know I'm in for a great time, as I was with this Wheels on Meals, which is another brilliant Jackie Chan film. And my last Eureka title I've got, one I haven't seen yet, which I don't know why, because I absolutely love Veronica Lake. I thought she was fantastic. This Gun for Hire. Yeah, so after all that, I need to catch me breath. We're going well over half an hour. That's my longest ever video yet. And I bet you're tired of hearing me yattering on about it all. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, I love collecting them. And I just look at them every day and appreciate them every day, what I've got, how fortunate I am. So thanks very much, guys. As I always say, give it a big like if you liked it. And if you didn't like it, because I like them so much, we might fall out. Thank you very much. Goodbye.